This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Before I continue, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to you, faithful, sincere Akim wa Akwath, you brothers and sisters, doing the works, doing the will of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, in full faith, truth, sincerity, and always in charity. Lord willing, this be an edifying video. This video is going to be going into how we need to be getting up early and seeking the Lord first thing when we get up, bro. First thing when we get up. All right. And not only getting up, the first thing we do is seek the Lord when we get up, but trying to get up as early as you can to seek the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. Sometimes if you have to sacrifice an hour of sleep to get up an hour earlier, so be it. If you usually get up at 7, and you have to sacrifice an hour of sleep to get up at 6 and do your praying and reading and your videos, that's what we got to do, bro. All right? Because the time is getting sped up anyway through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So all the time that we do have should be prioritized to going to Yahweh Shem Shai and to doing his will, bro. All right? But let's get that one more time. Proverbs 8 and 17, it says, I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. We must be diligently seeking Yahweh Shem Shai. Diligently working out our own salvation, bro. Okay? We have to program our minds to be disciplined. Discipline in doing the works of Yahweh Shem Shai. Discipline in wisdom, bro. Okay? And what inspired this lesson to happen is this precept in the book of Mark. Mark chapter 1 and 35. And this is Lord Yahweh Shai. All right. Mark chapter 1 and 35. It says, and in the morning, rising up a great while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place and there prayed. Okay. And it's talking about this is what Yahweh Shai did, bro. So Yahweh Shai rose up in the morning, a great while before the day. So he rose up way before the sunset, before the sunrise. Salakia. Yahweh Shai, Lord Yahweh Shai, rose up before the sunrise to pray, bro. He went to a solitary place and prayed. All right. And this is what we must be doing, especially in these times that we're in right now. All right, I'm gonna go into it, the importance of it. Okay, from based off personal experience and what I've learned on my journey to edify the body. All right, but it says rising up a great while before day. So way before the sun even rose in the sky, Yahweh Shai got up, departed into a solitary place and there prayed. Okay, so we must use that. He didn't do that for no reason, bro. All right. And before the sunrise, it said a great while before the sunrise. The sun usually rises in this season, at least, around 7 o'clock, 7:30-ish right now. All right. A great while before that will be around 3 o'clock. Okay. 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. I should say. And that is something very special about that time, 3 a.m. Okay, and I pulled it up here on the Google, actually, AI overview. I typed in, why is 3 a.m. so special spiritually? And this is what AI overview has to say. It says 3 a.m. is often associated with heightened spiritual energy, divine communication, and a thinning veil between the physical and spiritual worlds. You see? So a lot of spiritual things go on at 3 a.m. Okay? If you go up at 3 a.m., you may see chariots flying past. You may see a fleet of chariots, bro. I remember one day I seen about 100 chariots just lined up in a straight line going. I believe it was east. It was like 3 a.m. All right, look up a fleet of chariots just in a perfectly ordered straight line, bro. All right. So it's a lot of spiritual things that go on at 3 a.m. Okay, it says a thinning veil between the physical and the spiritual. It says this time is believed to be a sacred hour for prayer, meditation, and introspection, allowing for a deeper spiritual connection and receiving guidance. Some also believe it's a time when the spirit world is particularly active, potentially influencing one's dream and offering messages. Okay, this is why you may be sleeping, you may get a vision. That vision may be at 3 a.m. All right. You may randomly wake up. You check the clock. It's 3:33 a.m. 3:33 a.m. You may wake up randomly, check the clock. It's 3 a.m. Okay? It's because it's a lot of spiritual things going on at 3 a.m. Okay? For whatever reason it might be. And I'm only saying this because through my personal journey, I can confirm that this is true. All right, a lot of spiritual things going on at 3 a.m. Okay, I've been up walking at 3 a.m. and seeing a lot of things going on, bro. It's like the spirit realm is heightened, bro. All right, and this is why it's such a good time to get up at 3 a.m. and do your praying, do your praying, do your communication with Yahweh Shem Yahshai, doing your reading. All right, at 3 a.m. And of course, it ain't gonna be that ideal to do like every day, because of course brothers got to go to work, brothers got to get on time, get up on time. But 3 a.m. is like the peak of that. Okay, and as time goes on, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., the higher the sun rises, the less the activity, or the less that frequency, it is not as heightened. So say it's at 3 a.m. That's at its peak. That's at its apex. And then 4 a.m. is going to be a little less. 5 a.m. is going to be a little less. Okay, but it's still there. It's just a little less. If this is making sense. Okay, so you don't have to get up exactly at 3 a.m. You can get up at 5 a.m. Okay, it really depends. It really is before the sun rises. Okay, from I'm giving this from my experience. So Salaki if I'm kind of rambling, but it's really before the sun rises is when that spiritual hour is heightened. Before the sun rises, bro. Okay, that's why it says back to Mark 1 and 35. Matter of fact, let's get that. Ooh, Mark 1 and 35 in NIV. It says, verily, early in the morning, while it was still dark. So way before the sun rose, it was still dark outside, bro. It says, verily, very early in the morning, when it was still dark, Yahushua got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Okay? So this is how early Yahushua got up, bro. Okay, and during those hours, the spiritual, the spirit is heightened in those hours, bro. All right, the spirit is working in those hours when everybody else sleep. All right, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai B'Shem Kakadash working, bro. Okay, and back to my experience. All right, through my experience, and also somebody else taught me that I'll admit somebody else taught me that. One of my mentors, basically, he told me that it's best to get up before the world gets up. All right, so the world usually gets up around 6 a.m. That's when everybody start getting up, going to work around 5:30 really, and they get to work at like 6. All right, and then that's when the matrix starts moving. That's when the matrix start moving at like 5:30, 6 o'clock a.m. Okay. In order to beat the matrix, or I wouldn't say beat the matrix, but in order to have the advantage of them, is to get up before them. You got that saying in the world, the early bird gets the worm. Okay, So it will, instead of getting up at like 8 o'clock when all the matrix is fully active, okay, these people, they demons is fully in them already, and they demons already in the earth roaming and stuff through these people. You get up before that and do your spiritual work. You do your prayer, all right? You do all the reading, everything you need to do for Yahweh Shem Yahshai to make sure your mind is straight, all right? You do that in the AM, bro. The AM, that's the first thing you do, okay? But not just in the AM. It's best, yes, as soon as you get up, at whatever time you get up, but I'm just giving the importance of doing it early, before the sun rises, more specifically, before the sun rises, okay? That's when we should be doing, that's the best time to do it, I would say. In my personal experience, at least, okay? This is Psalm chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Give ears to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation." Okay? So we could be praying, meditating, reading, writing, doing all the spiritual work that we need to do for Yahweh Shem Yahshai, bro. Mainly praying, bro. All right? Meditating is very, very important key in this ministry of ours as well. All right? It says, "Give ears to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my power. For unto thee will I pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee and will look up." All right? In the morning, bro. In the morning. The morning is the best time to do these spiritual works. Of course, it's throughout the whole day. All right? But the morning, before sunrise is the best time to do the spiritual work, bro. All right? And even within that, matter of fact, let me give some tips on getting up early, okay? Because on my experience, at least, I get up around 5 a.m. or really whatever. Sometimes I get up at like 4:30, and instead of going back to sleep, I just stay up. Sometimes I do go back. So, you know, it's a constant battle, one of the battles that I go through. But 5 a.m., okay? Some things that help getting up at that time or earlier is fasting, bro. Fasting. I'm going to just say fasting, bro. Because what happens is your body is not as heavy. Okay, when you fast, you're not as heavy. So your body can get a better rest because it doesn't have to worry about focusing all its energy on breaking foods down and doing all of this. It can just focus on resting. You see? Instead of being up and breaking food down, your body can rest. So once you get that rest, your body will be able to have more energy in the morning. And also, that food won't hold you down and won't have you feeling lethargic when you first get up in the AM. And your mind will be clear because your belly is empty. Your stomach is empty. In some cultures, bro, they call your stomach your first brain. But that just goes to show the importance of the food that you eat and stuff like that. Fasting is something that will really help brothers get up early in the AM. Also, if you don't fast, what you could do is like stop eating at a certain time. Stop eating at 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. Really, it's the best that works is 3 hours before you plan on going to sleep. Do not eat for those 3 hours to give your body that time to digest everything. That really helps, bro. That helps you get up earlier in the morning, and that helps your mind be clearer in the morning because your body isn't wasting energy on digesting. Okay, and when you do eat at night, if you do eat at night, I should say, after you eat, move your body around. Don't just eat and go to sleep. Okay, eat and like go for a little walk. All right, eat and do something that'll get your body moving so that it can help that process of breaking down food. That's just something that helps. That I learned that help in my journey, and I pray, I hope that is edifying to the body in some type of way. All right, Lord willing, this video is edifying to the body in some type of way. Okay, Lord willing, it was. Alright, until the next time, Shalom, Abba, Kwam, Yasharella.